Hi guys, my name is Jordan and I absolutely love doing makeup, and so this is my very first YouTube makeup video I've ever done, and all I want to do is just like a nice little yellow eye look. So I was gonna bring everyone along on the journey. I think it's important for women in their 30s or approaching their late 30s to feel comfortable and sexy just as much as in their 20s, with doing bomb looks, doing glamorous looks, doing all kinds of amazing looks to our faces, and doing the transformations. I see a lot of that going on for the 20-year-olds or the late 20-year-olds, but I don't see a lot of it going on, a lot of representation going on for 30s, late 30s. So I am going to try to change that. So I want to show you guys a look that I'm going to try to do. I'm sorry, this isn't the best, most professional video, but this is the one I'm trying to do. Very, very, very nice. It's got the whole like yellow cut crease with a little bit of this silver glitter. Beautiful brows. Got the eyelashes. So I'm gonna try to recreate that start to finish, and I've got it over here, so if you see me looking over here, it's just to keep looking and remembering what it's supposed to look like and making sure I get it down right. So what we're gonna do is, first things first, of course, most of us in our 30s, late 30s, know that it's important to have a really, really good skincare regimen. So I've already done that. I washed my face. I used this serum, the IS Clinical Serum. It's really, really good for just healing skin. It's got the hyaluronic acid. It helps just take care of wrinkles and everything. And then I also have SPF that I use. I use the Elta MD SPF with the niacinamide. That's my favorite one. That one really, really takes care of any spots or anything, because as you can see, I have acne. I still get acne dots even in my 30s. I've had them forever. Like, I've just given up on anything with them, and I'm not really interested in Accutane. I've used pretty much everything else. So right now at bedtime I'm using retinol and just really making sure like I exfoliate twice a week. And I do use benzoyl peroxide from, I think it's So Skin Beauty, and that seems to help a lot. I mean, most of these are dried up, but I have marks and different things like that, so it's just, it comes with the territory, the fun little territory. So it is what it is. This is my skin, and this is my cute little headband that I want everyone to notice because it's so cute. Holds my hair back because I cannot stand having hair in my face while I'm trying to do it. So yeah, start with good skincare first. Always use your SPF first, of course. I use an eye cream. I really like this Tarte Harper eye elixir. It's just really, really good. Elixir Vitae eye serum. I don't know, but it's 100% natural and non-toxic, and I try to do that the best I can. Another product I absolutely love and live for is the PCA Skin Hyaluronic Acid Lip Booster. It just makes your lips feel so freaking good and like plumps them up. I don't know if it's focused very well. Anyway, this is the stuff I really like to use, so I always make sure I use like a good lip plumper, and I kind of just started off with that just to, because I don't want dry lips when I go to put on my makeup, especially my lip stuff. So I put that on, and then a lot of times I'll use this Skin Lip SX 6 times Pro Volume Lip Smoothing Serum. It's supposed to like plump up your lips. You just need like a little bit, and I mean, to me it does, so it looks pretty good when it works. So I just hit it there, especially my top, because that's the one I always like to get plumped up a bit more. So yeah. And also another thing I always make sure as I do before I ever put my makeup on or anything, like most people don't talk about this, but brush your teeth. Make sure that you do all your oral care before you put makeup on, because you don't want to have to do it after and mess up your look, and nothing ruins a look worse than bad breath. So important to make sure you always do what you're supposed to do. Do it again. Even if you already did it, do it again, just to make sure, because you're gonna have your makeup on for an event or whatever, and you just want to make sure everything's good. So all right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this Brighten and Blur primer from Becca. It's the Skin Love stuff. I feel that stuff working. It's definitely like a nice, tingly, but nice feeling. And sorry if I look dead today, guys. It's because I feel really tired. But I recently have found myself unemployed. Not sadly, so I figured I might as well do this. This is something I've been wanting to do for a while. So with the primer, I'm going to mix this Pure Shake and Boost. It's a vitamin powder to cream multivitamin booster. It works really, really good. It just gives your skin like a nice glow. So I'm just gonna put a little bit on of that. It's just like a little powder. And a little bit of the primer comes out. Mix it around. This booster and then the primer like just makes your skin feel so good afterwards. And yeah, I put some on my neck because why not? If we put some down our neck, at least it'll be nice and primed. So we've got that on. I let that set in for a tiny bit. Oh, I forgot my eye primer. Hold that thought for 1 second. Okay, I'm back. I just have this Too Faced Eye Insurance Anti-Crease eyeshadow primer. It's so old. Gotta do what I can with it. I mean, it's been a minute since I've used it. I've been using usually like a glitter one because I like the way that sticks the best, but it is what it is. I'm gonna use this one. I use a lot of glitter on a lot of other looks, but this one, there isn't too much glitter. It's just kind of like in here is where the glitter is gonna be, that's it. And take note, I'm not a professional makeup artist, so yeah, I'm just doing this because it's fun and I enjoy it. And trying to inspire others to enjoy it as well, because it can be fun for all. It should be. Okay, so now we are going to wet our beauty blender. I always start with my foundation first. I mean, everybody does their own stuff differently, but I've always started with my foundation and concealer first. That's just what I like to do. So I always wet it. And yes, I'm at my sink. I like the lighting in here the best, and this is where I always do my makeup, and this is where I always feel comfortable, in my master bathroom getting ready. So this is where I'm gonna do it for now. So I'm gonna be using this multitasking foundation from Tarte. It's called Found Sealer. It's multitasking foundation, 20 SPF, so can't go wrong with that. So I'm just gonna put a little on my hand and just start dabbing it on this way. And I usually bring it down my neck too because it's sometimes I have like the hormonal acne down there. And yes, my hormones are fine. I've gotten them checked. They're good. It's just my lovely skin. And my father had acne really bad. I don't even know if he still does, but yeah, and so I got it from him. Always gonna make sure I get up here because I just went to Mexico a few weeks ago, being safe, of course, doing the COVID precautions and stuff, and I got like a bunch of sun right up here. Not burn, but it definitely was very darker. And so I'm just gonna like even it out a bit. So you just keep blending, blending, blending. Okay, and now we're going to use this Creaseless Concealer. I really love this stuff. I only have a small one that I'm trying to finish up right now because I don't want to open up my new one until I have to. So I'm going to finish this one until there's like nothing left, and then I'll open up the new one. So I'm just putting some under here. I'm not going crazy with it because Creaseless is great, but as you get older, later 30s, stuff like that, you know that Creaseless isn't always as creaseless as it says. Now, that stuff is good, I've noticed. It definitely is more creaseless than most, but still not as creaseless as I would like. So I just try to really make sure. So as you can see, it covered up a decent amount. I mean, I did not sleep well last night, so might put a little more in there. Just to cover it up a bit more. Yeah, see, it's just a shadow mostly, but yeah, that seems to have done it pretty good. Okay, and I mean, it covered up the dots pretty well on this side that I have. I mean, there's only so much that it's gonna cover because it's just scarring some of it, so I'm just gonna shake up these sparkles a bit. All right, so next what I usually do is I will start contouring. I like this Princess Park Avenue palette, Park Avenue Princess by Tarte. It's got like every color imaginable. It works with whatever tone I am at the time because, you know, summer's coming and I'm gonna get darker, and then there's winter and I get lighter and all kinds of stuff. So I usually take like this color right here. That one's the one that seems to work best for me. It's called Princess Cut. And just do that. just to like contour good, to make it a little bit nicer. Now I already have some, like I've noted before, I have some natural like tan up there. I'm just gonna not worry about that too much. So I just got back from Mexico, and we're gonna do some contouring underneath the neck and jaw so that it looks a little more snatched, which is important to me. And I just used the Tarte brush that I think it came with this palette, or came with another palette, but it works good for me. And then for my nose contour, I really like this Artiste little brush here. I actually watched Chloe Morello use this. I love her. And for that, I just go in with like the same color, the Princess Cut, and I'll kind of just go like that. Try to thin it out a little bit and do like a little butt nose thing. Now I know it looks crazy right now, but we're not done. All right, so we're gonna put that away for a second. I'm gonna get this One Size baking powder out. This just helps smooth out any lines. It helps keep your makeup staying. It works really, really good. And it's a nice soft setting powder so that it doesn't like accentuate lines and stuff, because we don't need that. So what I'm gonna use is this beauty blender here for underneath my eyes. And we are going to bake. We are going to bake beside what we just did on the nose. Not on the lines, but just like on the side. And then one little thin strip down. And that helps a lot. And it just helps to accentuate just where you want to. Also helps things stay a little bit better. It helps to just set the lines that you want to make in your face and accentuate the features, the curving of your face. So we'll just do a little down here. And it just kind of makes like a little bit of a difference, actually a lot of a difference, in my opinion, with getting all of that done. Also helps keep your makeup to stay, and if you make a mistake or whatever, you can just kind of brush it away. It's a lot easier that way. Okay, so while that bakes and everything, we are gonna go back in to this Princess palette, and I'm just going to accentuate this a little bit more. Just to make sure it looks good. And then like, if you notice that, you know, it's a little darker, just put some around your neck, because you don't want your neck to be discolored from the rest of your face, which is something I see a lot of people do, and I've done myself. So we don't want that. We want everything to be the same color. All right, so I figured with the blush I would try this out with you guys. Westman Atelier, I'm not sure how to say it, but I got this as a sample at Sephora, and it's just a blush, Baby Cheeks blush sticks, multi-purpose color, for lips, cheeks, and lids. So I'm gonna try that. I think I'm just gonna try the pink one in the middle. Trust me, I have tons of blush, but this is a newer product, so I figured why not try it out while I'm doing this and see what we can do from here. So I'm just gonna use the color Petal. It seems like a nice color. And we are just going to dot that up here. We don't need much. Dotting it. Dotting too much. I'm not a big blush like smotherer because I don't usually like it, and I'm taking the Beauty Blender once again and just going back and forth with that to make sure it's blended in really good. Gives you a nice color. Yeah, that looks good. It's a little too much over here, but it's not like all the way over here like I want it, so we'll put a little more here. It's definitely creamy, and it feels a little oily too, and I just got it, so if it's oily, that's a no-go for me. I cannot have like super oily products unless I know for sure that it's not gonna cause like issues with my skin. Let me see if I can put some light on over there and make it a little bit. Yeah, that did absolutely nothing. Okay, so now that we have all that fun done, we are going to start doing the eyes. I feel like this is okay for now. So the eyes, if we remember the picture, I'll show it again. This is what I'm looking for. So of course we're gonna be starting in the crease, but I really like that. I really like that look. It's just like really summery and pretty. So I found the palette that I think I want to use to do it, and it is called the Ace Beauty palette, Classical Paradise. It's got a lot of really pretty colors in it, and the pigments are on point. Like, they always last forever. Like, I love Ace Beauty. This stuff is so good. Like, her line is so good. So, and I'm just gonna use this brush here, eyeshadow brush from Sephora, and I'm gonna start doing like the deeper pigment that we saw in there. I'm gonna probably use like a combination of this one and possibly a little bit of that one, all depends. But we're first gonna go in with the color Soil and just do that. Oh, you know what? Rose Hall. We are going to use my little tape and my little scissors. Oh, there they are. These are eyelash scissors, but they can work in multiple different ways, and one of them is cut creases. So all you do is you cut off these little pieces of paper right here, and you peel them, which is always interesting. Especially with nails. Oh my gosh, I seriously can't even get it. Okay. It's really attractive. I know. And yes, I know those pieces are too big. I don't want to hear it. So we should go out a little bit farther to there. And the paper just kind of stops it right there, so it can be a really nice like cut crease. It doesn't have to be, you know, smeared out everywhere and then you have to try to clean it up afterwards. Some girls I've seen are really good at that. Yeah, I'm not so much, so I prefer not to if I can avoid it. Okay, and then we're going to kind of like fan that out. Looking at maybe like a little bit, this is hard. A little bit of this, but only a tiny. I'm just using a little bit of the dark just to kind of fan it out a little bit, but not too much. And then I'll definitely go on top of that with like a lighter color to kind of get it where I want it to go. But we're kind of just blending right now, making sure everything just kind of is cohesive together, and then we'll do like the cut crease with the yellow. Okay, so I think that's pretty good with the color. I don't actually think I need to really blend it out with anything lighter. I think that's good. So let me get my, I can use this one, yeah. This one here I can probably use for the cut crease. And then I'm just gonna use like a little bit of the concealer here, just to kind of lighten it up a bit. So we'll just take what's on here. And then what I've been taught by Miss Twee Lee, one of my other YouTube girls that I love to watch, is to just look up, and that will tell you where your crease needs to be. So that's what I'm doing. There's a little bit of a crease. Okay, one more dip. And then we are gonna do the other side. Look up. You see it's up there. To the side there too, because in the picture the yellow goes out the side as well. So see how I did that? And that just kind of helps the yellow really stick out good. Alrighty, we're gonna use that yellow, the very vibrant one. I think that's a good one for that particular color. What should we use? I use this one here. This is a Clinique brush. It's got both sides, but I'm looking at this side here. And I'm gonna spray it with this Slay All Day Spray. This is from Gerard Cosmetics. So I just spray it. It makes it more intense and helps it stay better. We do not want things not to stay. So here we go with that vibrant yellow. And see how we take it out to here. That's how the picture is too. Yeah, I'm like packing that on. I think I need a little bit brighter of a yellow too, because that one's even more bright. So I'm gonna put some of this lighter right there. I used that one because the other yellows seemed a little too bright, but we're gonna try that. Okay, this is another Sephora brush. This is the Pro Packing Shadow brush, so that's actually pretty perfect for what I'm doing. Alright, well, that definitely looks like a nice yellow look. There's more than enough shadow on there, let me tell you. I'm gonna work on getting better lighting in here so it's easier to see. So what I'm gonna do with is up here, just so it's not so like blunt and like cakey, I'm gonna go back over with this color again. Yeah, this one. Just with one of those brushes I used already, just to make sure that it's, you know, blended okay. We don't want it to be too harsh. And I just barely dipped it in, like I just kind of, I'm going over, but I'm not really like dipping this back in like crazy because we don't want that. Just a little bit more on this side. This side seems like a little less intense. Okay. Alright, so now what I see they did was they put like a silver glittery crease here, and so that's what we're gonna work on. I got this stuff here, Heavy Metal by Urban Decay. So we're just gonna do like one line across like she did. and try your best not to like blink or do too much crazy stuff while we're trying to get this right. Well, fudged that up pretty bad, but it's gonna be a look. Next time I'm gonna use like an actual glitter pot and something else with it. Alright, so it's gonna be dry pretty much. Gonna use my eyelash curler because we're gonna work on doing the eyelashes. And this just helps like doing your natural mascara before you do your eyelashes. It just always makes it better. I just like that so much better. And I barely have any lashes, so. Where did I put it? Alright, we're gonna use this Dior. What is it? Noir Black Dior Show mascara. And this just helps mostly the lashes stay on. It really helps a lot with that. Darn, you know what I should have done? I should have done my, well, I'm gonna do the bottoms later, but I should have done my liner because what I'm gonna use is the Glamnetics magnetic liner in their lashes. I just love them so much. They're so easy. And I didn't do that, so now I'm gonna try to do the liner. I'm gonna have to try to do the liner with this stuff on, the mascara on. Great. So anyway, this is the magnetic liner from Glamnetics. And it works so amazingly. Like your lashes literally stay on through everything. I wore them to Mexico and like they stayed on through everything. So, and the lashes I am using are called Love Lash Glamnetic lashes. I think they're just called Love. But yeah, they are absolutely wonderful. I wore them in Mexico actually. These specific ones. And they just go on like nothing. And they make the biggest difference, and they will stay there literally all day. Like, you won't have to worry about anything. Yeah, perfect. I don't know how, but they always get the job done. And it's literally magnets, and that just made like the whole look, like it might have just actually saved my terribleness. So, all right, we can peel these off and see how they kind of just left like a nice line. That's what we wanted. So I'm gonna dust off the rest of the powder. Believe it or not, there's still some there. Kind of like rub those lines in a little bit that contoured my nose, but you can still see it's contoured. And yeah, so I'm gonna do my bottom real quick, like my bottom lashes. Why do bottoms grow so much better than the top? I need to get one of those like eyelash combs, because I've seen them all over IG and they look so cute. Okay, it's looking good. So, yeah, my eye look, it got okay, but of course I would have liked it to be better, but it's okay. I'm gonna dig it. So what we're gonna do next is I'm gonna do my eyebrows. So I make this, I usually just go like this. I do have them microbladed, but it's been a minute since they've been done. And this is just some Winky Lux, I think. I don't even know what color. Winky Lux. And I always start just towards like the middle of my lash or my eyebrow and go up to the arch and then kind of define the arch. Make sure that it looks good. And I'll do the other one. And then now that we've got that, I just kind of flick it a little bit like that. Hold on. It's probably one of my children. So yeah. Now we're going to take this part and go like that. And then I'll of course clean it up with concealer. Sorry, I have to look up a little bit to make sure that they are even. And a lot of times I like to do something like this so there's like no like draw marks that are too obvious. And then this here is, that obviously is way too crappy. Not gonna work. So I just kind of smudge a lot with my fingers. And now the saving grace is when I take this side. I think this is the Patrick Ta Spoolie. I'm gonna use this part to clean up the brows a little bit. So what I need is this Tarte concealer. I mean, I love this concealer, but you can use whichever concealer you want as long as it matches what you want. So I'm gonna go like that and just clean them up a bit. Okay. Cleaned up pretty good. And then always as my finishing touch, always, just gonna pat that in a little bit. I'm gonna use this 24-hour brow setter by Benefit. I love the stuff. It always will keep your brows looking perfect, and I kind of push up a little bit so they have like that laminated effect without the lamination. Should get the ends too. I hate when the tail like half rubs off, but then you just got the rest and it looks so bad. Oh yeah, and then sometimes, or a lot of times, I will accentuate my little beauty mark right there. Alright, so looks like we got everything pretty good. For lips, I was just going to do like a little nude lip liner from Patrick Ta. This is called She's Humble. And so I'm just gonna do that. And then I'm just gonna use this Jeffree Star lip gloss in Sky High, something like more natural, but has got some pigment. It's got like some multicolored reflex, which I love. And it's really pigmented and so non-sticky. So that's good. All right, and then time to spray my face, and I will do my hair, and then we will see the finished look. I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm using my Lumi for my phone, so it's a little more lit up, but this is the finished look. So I would have blended it out, of course, a bit more, but this is what it was going to be, and that's what it was. So I think overall it wasn't too bad. I would have done like more out a bit more, but other than that, it turned out good. And so this is what I do. This is kind of like a little bit of a glam look, not as crazy of a glam look, but I mean, let me know if you guys want to see more. This is what glam looks like in your 30s, not much more different than in your 20s, except that I just want to see more women in their late 30s enjoying it and experimenting and doing it just as much as the 20s. I mean, we can do all the beautiful looks that we want. So let me know if you guys like this. Subscribe, give me a nice comment, not anything crappy. This is my very first one, so keep that in mind. But thank you so much for watching, and I will be putting up more content and more looks. If you guys have any suggestions or constructive criticism, constructive being the key word, please let me know. And thank you for watching my channel. Subscribe and like it, please. Thank you.